Yes. You never feel lost if you just trust the process. This doesn't sound like me so far.
I heard a meow, and I'm looking around, and I was wondering if that was my cat. Your cat.
Get mad. Girl Boss Radio? Wait, there's a Girl Boss Radio with Avery? What? Tune into our interviews with boundary-pushing women. Isn't this a thing you like, Drew? Who are redefining success on their terms. This sounds like the opposite of sexism. Isn't this good? Did we win?
The reference for you is more the, like, never stop hustling, always be hustling. Because you have to do that to get ahead in
tranquilize
business.
Rob.
That sounds horrible, though. I don't know. I like feeling productive.
I used to be like Rob, and then I experienced total mental and physical burnout.
Gonna be honest, sounds like a skill issue.
Don't get there. Don't get there.
Nick and I had a talk once upon a time, and he was like listening to me talk about work, and he's like, Rob, I don't know if you know this, but you seem to live your life like an anime protagonist. And I was like, yes. And he's like, oh, just want to make sure you were aware. And I was like, yes.
Is this one of my favorite isekai animes?
Yep, this is oh my god, I just got messaged by someone on Discord and I didn't know who it was because I haven't talked to them in a while. What is Jodie Foster's avatar? What the fuck?
So I had asked Chody if he had some availability for D&D because I was going to try and I offered him a spot in Kamos because I thought he'd be a good fit, but the time doesn't work out with him, unfortunately. And he was like, I should say hi to Bones. I miss talking to him. And I was like, you should.
Which is fine. I just did not recognize the avatar. I was very confused briefly. I was like, what? Who is this person messaging me?
And I feel like the only thing that could potentially get you back into a game that we could play together would be a common friend like Chody.
So it's funny you think that, because I do feel like while I like Chody and I like hanging out with him, that's not productive, so I don't.
But it would be productive if we were accomplishing goals together.
If we were accomplishing goals towards making a business. Well,
wait, that's your end goal?
D&D is just a means to eventually cashing in on the Arctis IP. Obviously that's why I play this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is your end goal in all things just money?
No. I don't like money. Money's boring. Success.
The adoration. What is success to you, Rob? I'm actually curious.
Mostly just winning. Winning all the time.
The opposite of losing.
Driving them before you.
So if I sit down with you and I give you a game where you win 90% of the time and I win 10% of the time, will you have fun with that?
I mean, it could be higher. I could be winning.
You could win 95%.
Like Kobe Bryant said before his untimely passing, success at success at success.
Okay, so this stream is going to be Rob just rolling D100s, and if he rolls a 5 or under, I come to his house with a knife.
I'm okay with that. Let's do that. No, the trade-off is that I also need to be doing new things. So I need to be developing new capacity or else I get bored. So if I kept winning, I'd be like, all right, it's time to go win something else.
But you can't win everything all of the time, especially if you're just learning something.
Right, so that's what I have to do it to keep getting better so that eventually I can win all the time.
Ah, you are an isekai anime protagonist.
100%. Yeah, that's my personality.
Have you run 100 miles every day and 100 push-ups and...
No, but I am bald, so I'm getting there. Yeah, but I have started walking more, mostly to play Monster Hunter Go. But
Monster Hunter Go?
It's so good. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon.
I did not know that one.
You just murder Pokemon instead of having to collect their 100% EVs.
It's rare I hear that a new Go game has come out, because it doesn't seem like, aside from Pokemon Go, that market's really small.
Right, it seems like the time has passed.
Yeah.
But Monster Hunter, so I like the Monster Hunter brand a lot. It's one of my favorites, but actually playing a core Monster Hunter game drives me nuts, because I don't want to spend 10 minutes fighting a dinosaur, over and over. But Monster Hunter Go is what if you just spent 30 seconds fighting a dinosaur? I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then it's just kind of like an endless gear grind. But it incentivizes me to walk around, which is good for me, I'm told.
So if you want to play a fun little all-inclusive game that does not include microtransactions, I've had a lot of fun recently with Luck Be a Landlord. I don't know if anybody has actually heard of it, but it's on Steam, it's on mobile. It's like $5. It's like a mini roguelike where you have to pay off your landlord every month, and you have a casino slot-like system where you're drafting cards and creating combos in order to gain money to pay off your landlord. And it's just got an incredibly fun and addictive little gameplay loop that it's very clean and concise and very good game design. So I highly suggest it if you're looking for something that is well made.
I'm sorry, you're playing a video game to pay rent?
To your landlord. Yeah.
To your landlord? Great. Love it.
I mean, you're playing the slots.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Hoping to get lucky to pay your landlord.
Perfect. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get luck, be a landlord.
Okay. So like I played a similar game to this, but the thing was it was a hentai game, and I was trying to keep my girlfriend. And so what I had to do was she had to turn into a kaiju, and we had to destroy enough towns so that her boss would let her stay on the planet and like have sex with me. So like I kind of had to pay rent at the end of every round, right? But instead of rent, it was me being a giant like hot girl kaiju, destroying towns and collecting their money by doing that. So I do understand the appeal.
Huh?
I think we're talking about the same thing.
No? I don't think that's close at all.
Well, we're talking about paying rent. I had to pay this woman's boss rent so that I could keep having her in my house.
God damn it, bro. Those are nothing. Give me something I like.
It was one of the times where Kayla was out of town, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to play some skeezy game on Steam. And it was a great game, Kaiju Princess. Look it up.
I will not.
You absolutely should, though.
Maybe my curiosity will get the better of me, but
I kind of hope it does, just because I want to hear how upsetting it is to you.
I'm gonna search like, oh man, like what the fuck was that hentai game Rob was talking about, and then I'm gonna go down like a rabbit hole of hentai games that I probably don't want to be down.
Just turn off the mature filter on Steam and just see where your instincts take you.
I did that once.
Yeah, well, you can always do it again.
And then she ended up in Vegas.
Yeah, and now we're in Vegas.
I mean, jokes aside, like we have talked about myself, Drew, and Trevor making a sexy gacha game, but you collect like famous presidents that are drawn in a sexy fashion.
I am shocked that you already wrote Rachel out of the history of that.
I was gonna say, I feel like you and Rachel predominantly talked about this like 2 Thanksgivings ago.
I just want to point out, as a girl boss, I no longer need Rachel because I am the girl boss. So she's already been removed. Sorry.
Hey, you got the gatekeeping down.
Is that also a thing I do? Is that a real word?
You're gonna try and convince him? It's not?
My understanding is that if someone uses a G word I've never heard of, it's not real. So gatekeeping, girl boss, and gaslighting are not real things.
And gratification.
I've heard of that one, though. Like self-gratification.
That...
Yeah.
2 words.
But the other ones, you can't trick me. I know those. I know what words are. Those aren't words.
Geese.
That's a word. Grandiose is a word.
Rob's entire mentality right now is like, you can't cancel me if I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's kind of, I mean, I guess, like, what is that also a made-up word? What is cancel?
Your cancel magic doesn't work on me. I don't believe in it.
Because I can't read the sign.
Rob's attitude today is like when I like grab the back of my cat's leg and he turns around and he's like, what? How dare you?
Whenever Caleb like says gaslighting or something, I'll be like, I'm sorry, what were you talking about? Were you talking about like seal farting? Were you talking about like banana upside down? Like I just start like throwing together words. And she just stares at me.
Oh god, the worst.
Yeah, kind of. All right, it's 6:27. I guess we can play D&D.
Oh, okay, Rob. We don't work on Rob time, where Rob
Well,
has to
sorry.
accomplish a
Oh,
goal.
sorry.
You
You're right.
sit
Cards on the
down,
table.
and you be patient.
Hey, I'm trying to work on a PowerPoint deck for work, okay? So I'm trying to move this along.
God, and you're gonna be distracted? Jesus. Who's this
I say,
fucking
like,
guy?
I say 3 fucking words an episode, so
You
it's not
have-
going to be that
You have
damaging to
no
the
power
experience.
here. Yeah, that's probably true.
Where's
Drew
Flex?
and Trevor, are you ready to play the game?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
wait.
forget what I'm doing, but yes.
Good. I'm
I
glad.
gotta get in the thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't know.
See,
I
he's
think
not ready.
Last time we killed Colonel Sanders' bird. He's dead, so... that's
No,
what I
he's doing totally fine for like another 5 minutes until we start
Oh,
playing.
yeah. we
Hey,
turned
you're
him into a thing,
coming
yeah.
out of my cage. Yeah, he is. Yeah, well, currently, yeah, he's a chicken.
Yeah.
We can do the brief recap while Trevor's loading in. Previously on Arctis, after arriving in the middle of the Court of Butterflies, you, Mora, the daughter of the Queen of Air and Darkness, have been transported to the Court of Butterflies, a place of mirth and imagination and change, overseen by the Lord of Mirth himself, Mercurius. Mercurius seemed to be very amused at your arrival, and considering that he was putting Mora through a recreation of her failed bank heist over and over again to torment her and entertain his guests, the inclusion of Bonsai, Dreon, and Rain to the memory added a special bit of spice that was completely, oh my god, unexpected. I was like, and then I started thinking about the G words again, and then I just got lost. So, apparently, I should probably be remedicated for ADD. Okay, hold on. Where are my notes? Ah, yes. After offering Lord Mercurius the branch of Sika, he was filled with so much information, so much pain and knowledge, more than he could possibly handle as a poor dear fairy, and as penance for his consumption of mirth and joy and entertainment, he himself has been turned into a tree, and will work away his penance as one of the purifying forces that will work on the ley line to purify the slow. But that will take a very, very long time, and Mercurius is a single tree, and you are still without the Moonblade you arrived in the court for. The dark buzzard, Munir, the memory thief, was trying to convince Hala that Bonsai, Dreon, and Rain did not deserve the Moonblade. But Hala quickly put Munir in his place, and saw the opportunity for a fresh new court, Rain's Court of Stars, and their burgeoning alliance with Rain and Mora could provide much more opportunity than the buzzard ever could. And so, she could not be dissuaded to give the Moonblade to Bonsai, Dreon, and Rain. However, it did not seem that she knew where the Moonblade was. And Munir was trying to steal memories from Hala right in front of everybody's faces. And Mora, with an itchy trigger finger, but weaponless, was also trying to pat Dreon down for a handy dagger in order to stab the offending buzzard with. However, I can't barely pickpocket a glaive, but she ended up with one of Rain's rapiers. Anyway. Munir and, everything else in the court was quickly becoming hostile, and Munir was equally quickly turned into a chicken by the party, after trying to use his mind-altering gifts and a wall of light upon the party. But now, polymorphed into a small chicken, you decide what you should do with Munir, as it seems like he may be the only one that knows of the Moonblade's location, and the memory thief was probably coveting this until his bitter end. So let's see what we do with our good friend Munir, once raven, now chicken, as we return to the Court of Butterflies. One moment, please. Also, ew, PowerPoint.
What's wrong with PowerPoint?
Having to make a PowerPoint? Annoying.
What? PowerPoints are fun.
PowerPoints are great.
PowerPoints
Yeah.
are fun and great.
Allows me to be creative.
Green is not a creative.
Not a creative color. I was trying to work a joke in with green, and I just couldn't come up with one on the fly. So I just thought I'd see the meme.
It's all good. In the endless court of amusement and mirth, you all were briefly stuck in a loop as Munir was not ready to disclose the location of the Moonblade, something that he, or Lord Mercurius, had retrieved from the bridge vault. And Mora was also trying to find the black diamond that contained the essence of her mother, but was also not in the bridge vault. And it seems like perhaps Munir was the last remaining entity that may know where these things are. The chicken is grappled, and in, I believe, Bonsai's hands. What do you do?
I don't recall grappling it. So Bonsai just sets the chicken down.
The chicken is no longer grappled. And begins pecking at the floor.
Sir Shudderwing, what was it that you said you wished to do with this chicken? Why did you not want it to die?
Sorry,
Go ahead. You can continue. The main story point that we discussed, it still stands.
I think we covered it last episode, but we'll recap it
A brief
for
recap.
the forgetful tree.
There are 0 memory cells in this being.
Clearly, I believe we could rehabilitate him if that was something you wished. Restore him to the light.
The theory you just discussed a few minutes ago, that sounds appealing and sounds like something I should endeavor to achieve. But I don't understand the process, or if there's other risks that I'm not aware of. Can you enlighten us what that means to rehabilitate?
It would be a 2-step ritual, the start of which requires the recitation of the misdeeds of the target and the extraction of his memories. He would be taken back to the moment of his first change as a shapeshifter.
When you say extracted, does that mean destroyed, or are we going to be able to provide those memories to someone else that's more deserving?
Shudderwing ponders for a minute, actually.
I don't know how Shudderwing would feel about that. But go on.
Could Shudderwing do like an Arcana check or something? Does Shudderwing think he could actually give the memories to somebody else instead of taking them himself? This is something that was theorized before in the old game, but we never really addressed it because it never came up.
Sure, I'm gonna have him roll Arcana. 1 second.
His Arcana should be actually really good, I think. I don't remember. I guess I could look it up. I think I still have his D&D Beyond character sheet.
Actually, I'm gonna sub this in. Wait, 1 second. From what he knows, the extraction process is part of the purification, but it is almost just as bad to separate the memories, because if you take something out, it won't be. It's like altering the memory, so it's generally seen as taboo. Also, if it were to be given to someone else, it would be incredibly disconcerting, and potentially cause problems, as you have the memories and thoughts of someone else in your brain.
Yeah. Well, you're not actually secretly a giant lizard, are you, Bonsai?
It would be a secret even to myself if that were true.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're not yours to tamper with as a warden of memories, and that's kind of why Shudderwing is here, because the abuse and the tearing apart of memories is very, very taboo in were-raven circles.
To answer your question more directly, Bonsai, I would become the warden of who Munir is now. Who Munir would become would be an entirely new person from the point of his first change. A slate wiped clean, something that you might have some familiarity with, in fact.
Based on how he was acting the last hour or so, that doesn't seem entirely bad. I guess what I'm curious about is if we can understand more of why he got so angry, so bitter, and corrupted this court here of the Fae. What takes a well-standing what is he? Were-raven, and converts him into what we just saw a few minutes ago?
I suppose we could access those memories. I certainly will have access to them. They will be as if they were my own. The good and the bad.
Are you concerned about that?
It's a professional hazard. This is my job. This is the purpose I am here for.
Well, by all means, then it seems like you should be the one to be making this call here, not myself.
Shudderwing smiles a little bit. I would be comfortable if he'd just died, as well as if he continued to live through in memory.
Trion nods to this.
I'm okay with either outcome. I want to be clear. It's your responsibility who he would become after the ritual, as I believe his charge is tied directly to you and your people, Bonsai.
If Hala looks up at Bonsai, if this does work, this may start a new relationship between, well, the were-ravens and the Arborians. Well, the Arborian. But you would have to forgive Mimnir for whatever past transgressions he may have done.
Bonsai looks to Hala and then back to Shudderwing, like, as far as I can tell, his only transgressions that I'm aware of are being a dick. Shudderwing, you're the one that would understand and have to judge whatever he's done in the past days, weeks, years.
Well, like I said, a part of this needs to be a recitation of his misdeeds. He would need to be made to confess. Unless anyone here knows the extent of his sins. It need not come from him directly, but someone would need to force him to confess. That is beyond my capability.
Paula, are you aware of when Munir even came to this court?
She thinks. I don't recall. Before me, I believe, Munir and Lord Mercurius have been allies for quite some time. Most likely, if history tells me one thing, Munir and Mercurius most likely allied themselves shortly after the disappearance of the Arborians, as the Were-Ravens lost their wardens.
Shudderwing, what happens if we start this process of trying to get Munir to confess, and we discover that it wasn't actually his wrongdoing to begin with, and maybe it was something with this court and those that were running it?
Shudderwing, the answer to that would be, then you fucked up real bad. And I mean real bad. This is one thing that when you hit the go button, there is no stop. This is not like a 5% loading memory download. You do not stop in the middle of the download. That will just irrevocably fuck him up. Probably break his sanity in half.
No. That's Shudderwing is not concerned about that component of it. I'm trying to figure out how I would frame this to
yeah, absolutely. I just want to give Shudderwing a reminder of.
Oh yeah, no. Once
we
start, we don't stop.
We drop it.
Sorry.
Thank you, Tria.
I feel very confident, Bonsai, that in his current state, where ravens do not become twisted, warped in that way without significant influence from the worm, it is entirely possible that Munir, in some respect, is innocent or not entirely responsible for what he has become. In fact, it's likely the most were-ravens I've ever met who have been corrupted were corrupted in the process of performing their duty to protect the natural order of things. It's a professional hazard that we all must bear. If you fight against corruption too long, you often become corrupted by it. That is likely, but that does not mean that what Munir currently is a creature undeserving of repentance. He has become twisted physically. I'll show you. Shudderwing will shift into his Krenos form.
Ooh, okay. 1 second. Let's see.
Bonsai was nodding thoughtfully throughout your description there.
I do have just a generic were-raven.
Good enough.
Good enough. I will make him bigger, because he is a big boy. He's a much bigger boy. He is a 2x2.
He's not a large. He doesn't get large in Krenos form.
Oh, do they not get a size bonus?
They
a little bit
They
taller?
get a very small size bonus, but he's still
I'll
like
make
less
him
than 7 feet tall.
a slightly chunky 1x6. There we go. He's a little chomp.
He's not a fucking Garu, Christina, or
Yeah,
a fucking Garal. Jesus Christ.
I always forget.
So Shudderwing shifts up into his Krenos form, his hybrid form. You can see this is what we're meant to look like.
They look like... Oh, you haven't been to Catherine's house. Never mind.
Very handsome. Looks quite powerful too. So, educate me, because I know very little about your kind. And again, I apologize if Munir is not even of your kind. When you said before that he would lose all memories back to the first time he shifted, what does that mean for one such as yourself?
What it would mean for him is a new beginning, a second chance to try again. To once again fulfill his charge to Gaia, to the Arborians. I'm not entirely sure. I would say Munir is a cousin, perhaps. I'm not as familiar with the were-ravens of this sphere, but I've traveled many spheres, and things tend to be very similar. Like the same painting, but in a different style, if that makes sense.
You know,
Many of
like
the same
you
rules
played
hold
Dark
true.
Souls versus Elden Ring.
Yes, thank you, Christina, for that clarification.
So, Christina, does this all make sense to Bonsai as far as like the words that Andrew?
You can call Shudderwing. I don't think he would go by Andrew here.
Cool. The words that that Shudderwing is saying. Does it make sense to Bonsai that like the worm is like an equivalent to like Tiamat and like those sources of evil? And then when he said Gaia, does that like immediately map to Arctis, or like what would Bonsai think based on what was downloaded from Sika?
For you, the equivalence would be the worm would be very close to Tiamat. The worm is an expression of evil, and even within Arctis, evil is expressed in a lot of different ways, like and not necessarily everything is Tiamat, but Tiamat can be expressed as different gods as well, so she can take on what people believe are other forms, and revered in that way. So they're still revering Tiamat in the end, she's just taken on like a different guise. But what they're saying, and from the Arborians' history that Sika has touched you, you both are planar travelers, both the Arborians and the were-ravens. And, you know, the were-ravens' charge of taking the seeds across the galaxy still holds true. But everything Andrew is saying does make sense. And in their culture and history, the preservation of memory is paramount, because it is important to remember their charge. And the equivalent to Gaia would be either Sika or the whatever has created Sika. It is creation.
Cool.
So an entity that's more powerful than Sika, essentially. The progenitor being.
Yeah, so a lot of reason for Bonsai to respect. Bonsai's gonna do just like a quick insight check of Shudderwing, and just like try to get a sense, like, is everything he's saying so far on the up and up? Is he being honest? Is he hiding anything? Like, just trying to get that kind of sense from this conversation.
For all you know, Andrew is telling the truth. Everything he's said so far has been clear and concise, and said in front of the court, which does also hold a lot of weight.
Is Bonsai familiar with like things being said in front of a court holding any special weight?
Bonsai currently has no formal training in court politics, but the general sense of being truthful in your in the presence of those that guide is well regarded.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I guess with that, Bonsai will like acknowledge everything that Shudderwing has said and respond back. If you feel comfortable with your part in this and continuing on with those memories and just determining what to do with them. To answer your question before, I do accept responsibility with what you're describing will most likely be future Munir, which may be past Munir. In worst case, Drian, I assume you're up to dealing with any unforeseen problems that might come about with a mind-altered Munir?
I feel like this is kind of just a huge fucking waste of time, and we could just deal with any potential Munir problems now by killing him, but yeah, sure, we all seem to be in on this, so whatever.
Waste of time is hard to determine until after, but you're discounting the opportunity that we might gain a useful ally here. Having a were-raven on our side could give us good ability to communicate, could help us have an ambassador to other were-ravens. This could make a big difference, Drian.
Yeah, I tend to find the ifs with magic not that appealing, but again, to each their own.
Shudderwing turns to Drian. For what it's worth, I would claim his memory is alive or dead.
Drian looks at him and like tilts his head slightly. Noted.
You hear, everybody hears in the background, just very briefly, like a oh! And you see Kaylin, she's over at the buffet table. And she has popped a, about an inch wide sphere into her mouth. And she chews it. And she looks over at everybody. Oh, mozzarella, she points. Kind of looks like an eyeball, huh, Andrew? She opens her mouth. She shows him the cheese. She puts her cats on the table.
How good are rare ravens at rolling their eyes in Kratos form? Because
they can. She puts her cats on the table.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, I'm sorry, she says across the banquet hall. He eats eyeballs. If he didn't make that clear.
Is she referring to the cat or to Shudderwing?
Shudderwing, she points. She is pointing at Shudderwing.
Gotcha.
She pops another big ball of mozzarella into her mouth. Oh.
Drian office stares into the camera.
There's a second part of the ritual, Bonsai, I feel like I should inform you of. I have not... Well, this isn't part of that ritual, but it would be a separate one. I believe we can purify his physical form as well.
What do you mean by that? Like, having him stop eating chicken?
No. I think you are all capable of resolving that quite well on your own. No, his form is twisted, warped, corrupted. I believe we can return him to being a raven. A were-raven. A true were-raven.
I trust you that that sounds like it's a better thing. I don't know enough about what he currently is and what where ravens are to make a judgment call there. But
Bonsai, you have limited knowledge on purification, being a paladin. Purifying things in the name of Arctis is kind of your MO, but without really understanding the what has happened to Munir, you're not going to be able to remove his affliction. But whatever has happened, it seems like Andrew may have the capability to do that, which is understandably complementary to your skill set.
Sounds
Munir
good. Let's
is
do
corrupted
this.
in mind, spirit, and body. We would need my patron to address the body.
Is that lady over there?
Is she?
Kaylin.
She gives 2 thumbs up from the buffet table.
Absolutely not.
She waves. Hi.
She's related to Flix, right? That's why he's not here?
Do you ask that?
Yeah, in a quiet tone so that Kalen can't hear it.
Does Shudderwing actually know about Flix? I assume he knows about a cat named Flix.
Oh yeah, one of her cats is named Flix, but for what Andrew knows, the way Kalen has been shedding off a lot of the blood magic and blood corruption she had from Baba Yaga, as the cats have been arriving in her persistent dawn-creating fairy form, and as they nap, they start gaining some of them have gained sentience, some of them have gained, like, the ability to fly around. She's made a couple tressems, just seems to happen. But for some, the ones that she talks to a lot, they're starting to take on more human-ish forms, and some turn into fairies with full-fledged attitudes. And they each have an aspect of Kalen that she is trying to slough off. And Flix seems to be the part of her that has sloughed off a significant amount of blood magic. So Kalen is no longer tainted by the knowledge that she learned from Baba Yaga, has no more knowledge of blood magic. She gave it and turned it into Flix.
That's an entirely separate, long conversation we'll have to have at some time. After all of this.
Breon's like looking around the room as this discussion is happening. How did he get out of this?
Yeah, where is that asshole?
Do you think the teleporter just doesn't work for him?
I'm gonna
He's
guess,
gone
knowing
before
him,
the
he probably just
teleporter.
fucked off with that cat we found.
Rain pipes up. Flix has a very uncanny ability to dodge every opportunity that would require him to take responsibility for a situation.
Breon grunts.
Well, speaking of responsibility, I think I understand that I won't understand the dangers of what we're about to do, but I think it is right to try. So please let me know how I can help with the next steps.
Well, first we need a box.
Mora
Four.
points at the tree. What about that? That's just wood, right?
Bonsai nods. That seems fitting to me.
The box is going to house Minier's memories, specifically the negative ones, but many of the good as well. We'll capture them there, and with the conclusion of the ritual, the box will be destroyed, and those memories will flow to the performant of the ritual. To get the memories from Minier, someone will need to recite those deeds. If anyone here knows them, to start the process, great. If not, someone will have to force him to confess his misdeeds to begin the ritual. I believe you have some abilities, Bonsai, that would perhaps allow you to force confession.
I could see what Arctis could help with and see what flows through me. But worst case, I'm pretty sure Drian has some capabilities that might be useful here.
Breon looks up. What?
Violence.
Never
Physical
coerced
harm.
information out of someone before, Drian?
Kind of fucking question is that? Yes.
That's what I thought.
Physical harm is just as good as any other form.
You want me to intimidate a fucking chicken?
Oh, he can't be a chicken for this. He has to be able to speak.
Hala picks up Munir.
I suggest perhaps tying him to a chair.
She,
How about to the tree?
As long as he can't cast spells. Kaylin, get over here.
Oh!
We have...
She's just eating mozzarella.
We have a mage that needs to be subdued.
Oh! Goody. Okay. This is my favorite thing.
I know Shudderwing has plenty of counterspells to just make this guy's life a living hell. Like, if you thought Rain was a fuck you to a DM type of character, Shudderwing is like, you haven't seen anything yet. This guy, DM Bane.
Yeah, it's kind
no
of
fun allowed.
Characters.
It's just one. Just one?
Yes.
She wipes mozzarella off her face. Okay. Wait.
I assume that Kaylin has some capacity. Like, I'm sure
she points at Rain.
Counterspell.
Not that one, right? She looks at Rain.
Rain looks back at her. No, not me. I don't think.
It's a bummer. That would be fun. Oh, it's the chicken.
Have you not been paying attention, Galen? Please focus for once.
She extends her hands to Hala, who hands her the chicken. Chicken subdued.
Unlimited cosmic power, substantially fractured brain space. This is Galen.
She pats the chicken on the head. Be a good boy. He'll be good. Promise.
Insight check.
Okay.
Is she promising for real?
Oh,
fuck. Alright.
She seems confident that that chicken is subdued. And the chicken, is very calm, staring straight ahead at nothing. It's not even clucking. It's just very still.
Amazing.
Good boy.
Rain pipes up. So, do you want him to stop being a chicken then? Bonsai?
I think we're ready. Bonsai looks to Kaelin and Shudderwing. Just in case they give any indication that we're not ready.
Well, do we have a box?
I thought the tree was the box. We're just gonna find out.
We're actually just gonna. Oh, this is a fun wrinkle. I'm sure this won't go bad at all. It's great.
I mean, unless Hala's complaining, it's the only object that Bonsai feels any sort of like, this is sort of mine.
So the only thing is that Mercurious's penance is supposed to be over a significant period of time. If the box is to be destroyed, it will destroy the tree, and this will essentially kill Mercurius. That is up to you.
And he'll stop purifying.
And he will stop purifying you do know that Mercurius is now a branch of Sika and is actively purifying that ley line under you. As an Arborian, you would just know this.
Okay, yeah, then Bonsai would retcon. They were joking that entire time when we were talking about Mercurius as being the box. Hala, I know we are already asking for the Moonblade, which, by the way, is it coming soon?
She blinks. I don't. Munir knows where the Moonblade is. I believe he's taken our memories of it. That's why I was trying to beseech him to retrieve it for us before he got unruly.
Bonsai looks over to Drian. So they're not going to get it right now. That makes more sense. Then Bonsai looks back to Hala. Well, in that case, as a form of interest in this transaction taking longer than we understood, can I have a to-go box for your buffet?
Kaylin pipes up. Make sure you get some of the cheese. It's really good.
Bonsai just stops.
A to-go box, a trinket box, small wooden box.
Never mind. Bonsai goes over to the buffet table.
Yeah.
And just anything that's got, like, I don't know, the saucer there of whatever that is.
Yeah, you get the
Bonsai
gravy boat. Yeah, that's a box.
Dumps out the gravy on the turkey, and then picks up one of the plates and like puts it upside down on top of the gravy boat.
Well,
It's
the gravy boat
"All right."
has a lid. It's next to it.
Oh, cool.
Easy enough.
Bonsai grabs the gravy boat lid and
Yeah.
brings that back. It's not square, but I assumed what you meant, Shutterwing, when you said box. It's just a container that we could store something in. Is that correct?
Shutterwing is so happy right now that Bonsai understands Shutterwing's magical aesthetic of just whatever the fuck is around.
Just put his memories in a gravy boat.
I've never put memories in a gravy boat, but it should suffice.
Excellent. Bonsai puts it down at the feet of Mercurius.
Yeah. Aelin pets the chicken.
All right. Are we ready then? Should I make him not a chicken anymore? Bonsai?
Yes, I think we're ready.
All right. Rain stops concentrating and breaks the polymorph.
Munir, breathing heavily, looks around at everyone. And he's no longer grappled. But Kaelin pats him on the head. And he turns around, gives her a sharp look. Oh. He gives his beak a poke with a single finger. Be good.
What? Who are you to treat me like common bird?
Kaelin gives him a look.
Oh, you are not common, Munir. We know very little about you, but we know that one fact for true.
He's at least an uncommon.
Yeah, probably a rare even, maybe.
Might be pushing it, but maybe.
I don't know if he's playable, but...
Yeah, he's not a playable rare for sure.
The air around Kaelin gets slightly warmer. And Munir begins to clear his throat uncomfortably. He begins to kind of cough and gasp a little bit, and you see small particles of what appear to be sand exhaling through his mouth. Kaelin just holds out her hand and collects some of this sand and looks at it. Dry throat.
He does have to be able to speak, Kaelin, remember.
She puts the sand back in his mouth. I always forget.
Damn witch.
Kaelin wrinkles her nose. But Munir is being relatively good.
What is this?
Now he turns around and sees Andrew for the first time. And he audibly swallows. He looks at Shutterwing very uncomfortably and understands exactly what is happening. Seeing very little escape, even as his eyes glance over the ceiling for potential out, he is a bird in a rather large cage. Bonsai, make me a perception check as he is faced towards you and Andrew. He appears nervous, shuffling from foot to foot in Andrew's presence.
Well, cousin, if it isn't a delight for you to have you in the court. I wasn't expecting company.
It's a good thing I showed up then. Seems like you've made quite a mess of it.
I only Come, cousin. I merely took the endless sun of this place and used it for the betterment of this court. These memories that belong to others, they needed to learn their lesson. Don't you see? These were all learning opportunities.
And they all seem quite enlightened now.
Mora frowns. Torture, opportunities, entertainment.
But it was Mercurius. Mercurius wanted these memories for you to experience this over and over again, for these pathetic sycophants and indulgers around you. Why do you place the blame solely on Munir?
Well, Christina, while he's talking, is the gravy boat like starting to actually have writing form across it as he's...
It is. As he is talking, it is actually filling itself out. It starts at the lip of the gravy boat, and the engravings continue.
Go on, Munir. Tell us more about your time in this court.
I have done so much for this court you would not understand. When the Arborians left, there were few of us ravens that were powerful enough to extract these painful memories of loss and being twisted, and to take their pain and to take that memory away, extract it from these poor ravens so they could have another life. I also knew of this right, and spared many a were-raven a fate of mourning, of looking for something that didn't want to be found. But now, you come back to us, the only ones who have decided to keep our memories, and to punish us. But we have done such a noble thing. And now the rare ravens are all around Arctis, alive, untwisted by the slow.
And yet this world is twisted by the slow. You have all this knowledge that you've kept to yourself, and you've done nothing with it. Done nothing to better this world? Is that not sin enough, Munir?
As these elves sit and squander their entertainment, I have turned their amusement into power, energy, being able to put it to good use.
The gravy boat is quickly scrawling out. The lid is almost completely full of Munir's recitings. But the base of the gravy boat has much to be told.
Andrew under his breath. I actually kind of thought this would be harder. But then again, you know where ravens do like to talk.
It's true. What do you ask him next? Sorry.
Shudderwing will gesture to Bonsai. I believe you know more about the goings-on of this sphere. Perhaps you should try. Ask him the questions you want the answers to.
Please, Arborian, I remember your transgressions.
I do not, so please enlighten me. What are the transgressions that you see that I or my people have done?
You decided to sacrifice yourselves to the slow in order to stop it from permeating all of Arctis. But you did not take into account the bond between Raven and Arborean, and as the slow overtook your bodies, the magical bond, too, was tainted, and we began to change. Some of us lost our minds, but yet the Arboreans continued to abandon Arctis, and their sacrifice was in vain. The slow persists, and it eats away at the wall between the worlds.
And where were you while all this was happening?
He looks at you.
I fled to this court for protection, for answers, for a new chance. Mercurius and I worked very hard. We worked very hard together on making sure the court was powerful. And we flourished.
Was this before or after you let him know about the plight of the Arboreans and the Were-Ravens, and your part in it?
He shakes his head.
Minor details. I did not tell Mercurius of this. He did not need to know. All he needed to know was that I could take something that he has never thought of or never experienced and place it in front of him. Just like so. And of course the Lord of Mirth, endlessly amused, and his court, suffused with entertainment and mirth, languished. The court flourished because of me.
Yet the world in Arctis did quite the opposite. And you sat here, creating a film of joy over rot that was growing deeper and deeper. And you knew it.
You, Hala speaks up. You stole memories from people and replayed them as if they were yours to see these private moments. You stole them. Hala puts a hand on her head. I know you stole mine as well. Munir shrugs slightly.
If you take all of the bad and the painful memories away, then what else is left but joy, mirth? You think these elves and these fae in this court know a single smidge of pain, of loss, of the endless battles that rage across the plains? No, they sit on their padded chairs, waiting for the next memory to cross their hungry plates.
The sycophants and the indulgers in the back blink and do not say anything. Andrew, the gravy boat is very full, but it is still missing something, and you don't have any information about the Moonblade.
What comes next, Munir?
What do you mean?
Well, Mercurius is going to be in his form for quite some time. You are now aware that the Arborians do still exist, even though the ones that you interacted with do not. Whether or not you are correct in your assessment of the Arborians making a mistake, that is to be determined. But you still have your life in front of you, whether it's seconds, years, or more. What do you want to come next?
You just anyone in the room would notice that at the mention of seconds, Drion's eyes like briefly like look up. Huh?
Huh?
I surmise that the reason that I am alive is that you still need something from me, something I know that you do not. And from what Hala mentioned is that you desire the Moonblade.
He also looks at Mora.
And the essence of the Queen of Air and Darkness. Her shadow, coveted by Lord Mercurius, locked in a black diamond.
Mora visibly bristles at this, but does not put a hand to her rapier.
So, you need me for information.
He
Incorrect.
gives.
We can find that information in other ways. We are not looking for that. We are looking for what you are to do next. So I ask again, where do you want to see your life going?
He looks around.
Without Mercurius and the protection of this court, I would take flight, leave, gather remaining were-ravens, the ones who were charged with the initial taking of the memory of the Arborians, and make a new court. Something where our goals would more properly align.
Why not make a court with us? Have our goals align.
You can, Bonsai, make an insight check. Ooh. Ooh. Bonsai, Munir is, lying very poorly. He's fidgeting and occasionally brushes his clawed hand against something on his belt.
Yeah, so Bonsai sensing that is going to then intone or beseech Arctis for their support and cast Zone of Truth.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Yep.
everybody.
Oh! I love this one. Caitlin
Get him,
says and
Paladin boy.
looks around.
Basically, Munir's the only one that's I'm trying to target.
Oh, that's fine. Everybody in the circle is gonna get it.
Yeah, I don't get a choice.
Yeah, it's 16. It's just everybody in the circle is now under the zone of truth.
What is there like a visible effect to this? Like, do we see what this is?
It's verbal, somatic. Yeah. You create a magical zone that guards against deception. It's a sphere. It is a visible zone. Bonsai, you can tell me what it looks like. Would you like to theme it like Arborians? Does it bloom with cherry blossoms?
Yeah, I would say that actually what happens is some of the blossoms on the mane of bonsai open up, and a breeze that you don't know where it came from kind of blows the petals out, and they're just swirling in this entire zone, just very lightly and casually, but inspiring anyone within that zone to feel compelled to tell the truth and not see any reason not to.
Rion, has anyone ever told you how magnificent and shiny your mane is?
Drion like sees this, and he at first takes a step back, and then he tries to like understand what this is as like someone who's usually pretty attuned to magic, and he looks over at Bonsai. What's all this?
I am merely a vessel of Arctis, and sometimes I require a power beyond my own.
Yeah. What does it do?
Oh, well, Munir is seeming a little shifty with his most recent response, and I'm just trying to help him and understand what he does not understand about himself. So I asked Arctis for some help to make sure that he only speaks true.
You see Munir inhale deeply the smell of cherry blossoms, and a single tear falls down his raven cheek. And for a moment he doesn't say anything, and he's just lost in the smell.
With that, Bonsai also treats Munir like an ally and applies the aura of whatever. Aura of courage. So I'm giving him courage.
Drion. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh.
So many years since I've smelled cherry Seeker.
No, not Sika, but you are also not your ancestors. You are Munir, I am Bonsai. And tomorrow is not yesterday. Join us, and we can find a path to get you what you're looking for, and help the other were-ravens that you were talking about.
The wounds run deep, Arborian. Few of us were-ravens were charged to remember because we had the ability to remove the memories of others, and that we did, so they would not pursue you and your selfless quest. They hold much rage for you and your kind, but it is out of gross misunderstanding.
He is gritting his beak, but he is forced to tell the truth.
So he is saying the misunderstanding is on his part, is what he's communicating?
Yes. That he understands that most of the were-raven's rage stems from a misunderstanding.
It sounds like a misunderstanding they sort of accidentally fabricated, because he just said they took all their memories.
Mm-hmm.
So he just confessed to a gigantic conspiracy.
Essentially.
Well, it sounds like he did it benevolently
Yeah.
at first.
And then it became more, not benevolent, but benevolent. It became more malevolent as he began working with Mercurius. The were-ravens, excuse me, I can actually just do this in character.
The were-ravens we took the memories from were spared from going after the Arborians as they worked against the slow. But we, at least the elders, myself, we did not, and we kept the memories. Some of us turned to darker powers in order to either get revenge on the Arborians or keep these twisted thoughts at bay. We are masters of the pocket planes. We understand how to build nests in the ether.
He looks at you. He must be prompted in order to tell more truth.
Well, shit. Bonsai's just gonna command him to speak, because Bonsai's patience is running low. Kindly. Speak quickly.
Many elders turned to looking between the planes for answers. We found various things. I, myself, found The slow created the web between the planes much more thin, especially around the astral and elemental planes, where it was particularly damaged by the slow. Some of the elders decided to make their nests, to summon things from beyond the planes. Some of your former were-ravens turned to elemental lords for power, while others looked to the hells.
He continues to speak. He is struggling, but he is commanded to and cannot resist. With the power that Mercurius and I have taken from the joy and the memory of others, and have replayed and re-altered it to extent, he points at the giant crystal in the center of the room, we have created a pillar, an influx of power that we could use to pierce the planes. Mercurius wanted only more things to entertain himself. Power over the elements, power over even the hells itself, to bend to his whim and whimsy. And so, with the power of the damnable mirth is created and stored, I too have utilized to pierce the fabric between the planes. He growls, and turns a little bit, and Kaelin puts a hand on his shoulder. Huh? So that's all she says, and he calms down a little bit.
Why do I feel the touch of the sun?
Kaelin shrugs. He looks back up at Bonsai.
In my space, my nest, between the planes, I hold your moonblade and the diamond that holds the shadow of the Queen of Air and Darkness. And I am utilizing its power, the power of the mercurial crystal. And I have summoned a demon from across the plains. It hides in my nest, waiting for the elders. Ah!
Do we have any sense what he's referring to when he says the elders?
He mentioned that the elders were other were-ravens that kept their memories, but took the memories of the Arborians from others so they could go and live normal lives. The elders are ones that kept their memories, and then began to, now that they didn't have the Arborians to bargain with, they began to offer their services to other extra-planar things, such as elementals and demons. So instead of carrying the seeds of life across the plains, they carried other seeds. Seeds from the hells. Seeds like what you came from, Bonsai. Seeds from elemental planes. You are not an elemental seed, but your seed certainly came from across the plains. Normally would be from the... If Munir can travel across the plains like that to deliver umbral seeds, even from the hells, then he is a dangerous creature indeed. But
More
it seems like he has pulled something else across. That he has needed a significant amount of power to do so, and that he has acquired from the mercurial crystal in the center of the room, by offering his services as a memory stealer, an entertainment for the court. The gravy boat.
Thank you. Give it its respect, please.
The gravy boat of memory theft is almost entirely full. Unless there is anything else on Bonsai's mind. It seems like most of his misdeeds have been stated.
Drian leans over to Ray and he whispers, "So everyone in there has to tell the truth, huh?"
Yep.
Drian looks over at Mora. "Hey, why were you trying to pat me down earlier?"
Oh, I thought you had a dagger on you that I could steal so I could stab Munir. Oh!
Drian, like, just very, very slightly looks minorly, like, put out by the answer, and he goes, "Got it."
She covers her mouth. I feel really awkward that you're embarrassed by this.
What? Shut the fuck up.
You really curse too much in comparison to your proposed skill ability.
Drian walks in. Okay, Drian walks in. He's gonna strength check, try to grapple her out.
Go ahead.
It's too much truth for Drian.
You absolutely cannot handle me and will not be able to put your grubby little Feronian paws on me. Though the idea is mildly tempting. And honestly, I'm curious if that's even compatible. What does your dick look like? Oh my god!
Drian like goes for her and is like, as she's like, I don't even like, what does your dick even look like? He actually like stumbles and wheels like right out of the zone.
Just I don't. Oh, some things should never be said.
Drian is just turned away, facing not the crowd.
Look, guys, if we're following the rules of like your average anime, like they are absolutely going to get together in Act 3.
You sussy baka!
Drian is currently working on writing a letter to her right now.
Meanwhile, in the zone of awkwardness, the gravy boat is almost complete. Do you have anything else you would like Munir to confess to? Well, now that you know that Munir has quite a few things stashed in his pocket plane.
One final question for you, Munir, and then I think we can get to working on what our future holds together. It's the most important question of all.
What is it, Bonsai?
Actually, I need to do a charisma check. Or, Okay, yeah, cool. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
I hope script gets added to the gravy boat.
It is. Skirt. Oh, he's gonna forget that. He's gonna forget that purple is his favorite color.
Excellent.
Andrew, the gravy boat's completely inscribed with sigils, penned in the quick Corax writing of scratches and scrawls, perfectly readable by you, even with a quick glance. The gravy boat, both inside and outside, lid and base, are completely full of very neat and tiny scratch marks.
Shudderwing will pick up the gravy boat and kind of like stand beside Munir. And he'll shout out, Hyperion! One of your children needs to be returned to the light of Helios. Give him a minute. He has performance anxiety sometimes.
What? It
No,
takes
it'll
a
be
moment.
fine. His entrances are quite grand. I assure you, it'll be well worth the wait.
Let's see. I think I have.
We're getting a whole battle cruiser to come down from space.
I mean, kind of, actually, yeah.
I'm going to try not to kill Munir. 1 second. Oh, that the sunbeam effect is. I just wanted it like not in a line, but just on him. That's fine. I'm not going to kill Munir with a giant sunbeam.
The Zone of Truth is almost definitely finished at this point.
Oh, Tabby, get down. Come on, Baba.
Oh, sorry, battling with a giant cat. As Andrew calls on Hyperion, a massive pillar of light descends from the ceiling, and the entire zone of truth is suddenly awash in a bright beam of sunlight. I quickly get my...
I don't know how to delete the thing that I made.
You have to go to the L tool.
Yeah,
and
little
then
L.
select it and delete it.
Yeah, it's
I'm on
like
that.
the center. And then you hit your delete key.
Doing that. Anyway,
I said, boop.
thank you.
Yeah. The beam of sunlight is like a pillar. And even the sun elves, who are sitting almost motionless in the back, look up at it, raising their hands in awe and adoration. Wreathed in the sun's light, a being of pure sun, encased in golden armor, descends from the sun. And his image shimmers over Munir, a powerful knight with no face, in gilded golden armor, and in his massive grip, a single golden spear made of a single shaft of sunlight. Dreon, that is very, very cool looking for you, at the very least. That's the fucking raddest spear you've ever seen in your life.
Sick.
You missed the most important part of the description. You also all hear little cherubic voices going, Hyperion!
Hyperion! There's also a small chorus that accompanies his entrance, and they sing his name in a ring of praise. Hyperion! Hyperion! Ah! Munir cringes against the light as he descends, tipping the spear downwards towards Munir's head. The avatar of Hyperion looks to Andrew and awaits its order. It's gonna basically just fucking dragoon down on him.
Nice. Shudderwing leans into Munir. Good luck on your second turn, cousin. And will smash the gravy boat on the ground.
The gravy boat shatters. And soon, you see motes of purple light escaping Munir's eyes. He brings his clawed hands up to his face to try and catch these escaping bits of purple smoke. But it is immediately incinerated by the light of Hyperion. And he looks up at the tip of the spear and closes his eyes and awaits Hyperion's judgment. And just as swift as what Dreon would do to an opponent, Hyperion drops down onto Munir's body. The spirit of Hyperion goes through Munir, and he is awash in a wave of purple smoke that expels from every part of his body. And before it hits any of the people in the room, it is immediately incinerated by the light of the sun, hurling in on itself and becoming gray wisps that merely disappear and burn into nothing. Aelin is just smiling, and she has her eyes closed, her hands clasped in front of her, and she's just humming along with the Hyperion chorus. After a long moment, the sun dissipates, and the form of the Avatar disappears. Munir falls to the ground, unconscious, missing a significant amount of his memories, and will wake up with a new life to start. Aelin takes a couple steps back.
Drian briefly recovers from his embarrassment. Is he dead?
No, just... He's had a long day.
Kaelin smiles.
Drian kind of snickers. Normally when something gets hit by a spear like that, it doesn't get back up.
And certainly not from an avatar of the sun. He's going to have a lot to think about, and very interesting dreams. But perhaps... But he's going to remember almost nothing. Even were-ravens change for the first time.
Shadowwing chimes in. Point of fact, Munir will not get back up.
Oh?
He will need a new name. Munir is dead.
That's right.
Something new, someone new, is born.
Well, Bonsai, what do you name your little... Oh, what do you call baby ravens again, Andrew?
They're just ravens, Kaelin.
What do you call your little raven?
Andrew walks away.
Oh, you can't
Bonsai
name
looks
it.
down at
You
the-
can't name it Ruby. That's taken.
Yeah, Bonsai looks down at the ball of feathers and looks up and around at the court. It's like, this one is hope. Simple,
Oh.
pure, and the start of a future.
I like that. That's so nice. What do you think,
And
Rain?
as Bonsai is saying that, they are going to kind of kneel down and cast Lay on Hands.
Okay.
Specifically trying to do the removing of a ailment.
Okay.
So trying to make him not unconscious.
Hope opens their eyes. Blinks. Looks around.
Where am I?
Don't
Ooh.
worry about that right yet. You took quite a fall.
Oh.
It looks like you're a little slashed up a little bit too.
Oh.
1 second. And then Bonsai activates Lay on Hands again
Okay.
and is going to give him 30 HP.
Okay.
And then Insight check. Ooh, is 11 enough to get Hope's health bar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, barely. 1 second. Hope is no longer visibly wounded, but is certainly very battered and bruised. He has hollow bones, after all.
Hollow bones.
Hollow bones!
Hollow bones, they ain't no joke.
Don't stress too much. It will all make sense in time. But for now, just focus on yourself. Focus on your body. What hurts? How can we help you?
Around my chest feels very tight. I'm feeling I may have a few broken ribs or something. Oh, it must have been a terrible fall.
Oh, it was. And Bonsai basically like seeks consent first, but he's like, "May I?" And reaches out to lay on hands once again.
Yes.
He agrees.
So an extra 25 HP.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Oh. That is significantly better. I can feel my muscles unknotting and the aching around my ribs almost dissipating. Thank you.
No worries, and I know you still have more pain, and we will address that in time. For now, are you hungry?
A bit, yes. I do believe I could eat.
Bonsai very performatively, like, turns so that Hope can see where the good berries are coming from off Bonsai's plumage, and pulls, like, the ripest looking good berry that's still growing there. And again, performatively making it look like it's a sacrifice for Bonsai. And Bonsai hands one of the good berries to Hope.
Make a performance check. We'll see how good you are at gussing this up. Okay, pretty damn good. With awe, Hope takes the good berry and, looking at you briefly once again for permission, he will pop it into his mouth.
That is delightful. I feel a little better. My stomach is settling.
Is Bonsai aware of any like historical like proverbs or like almost like religious texts that the Aborians might have like shared with young ravens?
Arborians always like to promote growth, and with that comes learning. So if you have any sayings about knowledge, it is about always growing and flourishing in order to seek out knowledge, in order for you to nourish your roots. You can do a play on that if you like.
Yeah, Bonsai's going to try and basically like what they're getting at is trying to put themselves in the position of like, okay, if this raven were a child and grew up being told from their raven parents and from the Aborians around them of like, hey, here's this little phrase that like means XYZ. Like, I guess the equivalent would be like a Christian like body of Christ kind of situation. Bonsai is trying to tap into that type of thing that a young raven would have heard over and over and over again and like seen as comfort in their society, and basically convey that along with the message of like growth and hope and looking forward to the future.
That is very wise of you to say. I do not understand the depth of your words, but I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. But they carry weight and meaning. I can see you say that from the bottom of your heart. I will take it to heart.
Not everything will make sense immediately. Don't stress too much. But we are here. We will protect you, and we will find our future together.
Are we friends?
We have very aligned interests, and I think we will become good friends.
All right. And he looks over at Andrew. Are you my brother?
We are again.
He looks around. He looks at Kaylin.
You are familiar.
He shrugs. He looks at Rain and Dreon.
Who the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Hello.
He looks at all the sycophants as well, who are just staring at him, and gives them a very nervous wave, now understanding that everyone's eyes on the room are on him.
Why is everyone staring at me?
Well, a lot has happened here. Some is related to you, some is not. But your fall was quite dramatic.
Oh,
But don't worry, your rise will be even more so.
I see. Should I be in bed?
Can you walk? Or fly?
My nest. Where's my nest?
He seems confused and is looking around.
Dreon looks up. Is that where the moonblade is?
Bonsai, discreetly nods towards Dreon. That is a good question, Hope. I'm not aware of where your nest is, but maybe we can find it together.
Andrew, if anything, Hope will not have any understanding about how to get to his nest. Not anymore, but...
Does Shudderwing... Can Shudderwing, with his impossibly high perception, notice anything on Hope's person that would be a part of his nest? Like, a little bit of anything that he would have used to construct it?
He has a very interesting looking vial dangling off his belt.
Shudderwing will gesture to it. May I?
Yes, brother, here.
He hands it to Andrew.
Shudderwing will go hand it to Rain. Because Shudderwing also knows how to plane shift. I believe you'll need this to get there.
My nest.
Because he explained that it was another plane or a pocket plane when he
It
was
is, yeah.
constructing it. Yeah. So Rain will need something to cast plane shift to get there.
Perhaps, Hope, we should take a rest now. Hala looks at the rest of them. While, and kind of puts Hope aside. I'll see to Hope while you see to that. And make sure...
we have to collect the Moonblade ourselves. Thought that was the agreement, You're supposed to get it for us? No?
Right,
Hala?
it'll probably be much faster if we just go get it ourselves.
I did get
you're
it for
probably
you. You have it in your hands. The key to where the Moonblade is. But I need to see to Hope. And the rest of these elves here.
Rain just sighs heavily. Fucking Seelie.
They've had a lot taken from them as well. And I need to stay and thank our guests for their help. Shudderwing, Warden Shudderwing, and Kaelin. Kaelin nods a little bit, gives a little curtsy. Eats a piece of mozzarella, falls out of her dress. Oh. She picks it up off the floor and eats it.
How is she not just walking around in like a big oversized sweatshirt and just like ripped sweatpants that are just like tattered at the bottom because she
had
always
to
only
show
wears
up-
them with flip flops?
That's what she always wears. She just dressed up real nice for court. But she gave her shitty shirt to Andrew. It's the Three Wolf Moon shirt.
Fuck you, that's a legendary, okay? So Ray pipes, well, I guess we need to rest then if we have to go fight some fucking demon to get this thing.
Do we? Is time not important to us?
It is, but I have used quite a few spells to get us this far.
Bonsai, -3 instances of lay on hands. Yeah, we're fine, let's go.
Bonsai's got, like, nothing. He's gonna be able to summon Saethius and then has 0 spell slots.
Oh god.
I have no idea what this fucking demon is. It could be Tiamat for all I know.
Oh! Bonsai gets super excited.
Do you really want to run in that half-cock, Bonsai?
No, you're right. Especially with Drion's current condition, thinking about those subjects.
What? I'm fine.
Is that why you're staring away towards nothing rather than looking at the potential dangers that could attack Rain?
What? Shut up.
How much embarrassment damage did Drion take from that
Like,
whole
he's-
ordeal?
like a
He
lot.
he will never financially recover from what happened. The Dreon confidence economy is in shambles. It's like Greece in here.
Oh, damn.
I don't know what's lower, Greece's GDP or Dreon's self-esteem.
Dang! Mora
I
is
thought you were
still
referring to
just
the movie.
staring off into the distance, scarred by the zone of
Dreon
truth.
turns around, but like does not look like anywhere near over here. Like his like sight is just this way.
Kaelin turns around, mouth full of mozzarella. Hi. She waves.
All
Dreon
then,
goes back to looking around the other direction.
Mora, do you want to come over here so we can all rest? I assume you want to come with us to find your mother.
Yeah, yes. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, of course. So, zones of truth are really interesting.
Aren't they just?
I would love to avoid those in the future. So you have whatever key you need from, what is it? Hope? To get into his little nest? Let's fire
that
that
way, yes.
bad boy up and go get my mom's shadow.
I definitely need to rest if I'm going to plane shift us somewhere. So,
That's
pop a
fair.
squat.
Ugh.
Get cozy.
Why don't you tell those sun elves to move? That moss they're sitting on looks rather cozy.
Hey, you, all of you, get the fuck out of here.
Oh. Oh, look. Oh, look, it's Rain Silversong, Rain Silversong.
Are you going to go get this moonblade for me?
They look at each other. Would that be entertaining? No, we'd die. And then we would never know how it ends.
No, you're not. Then get the fuck out of here.
Oh, haha. They fuck off. Ooh. Oh my.
I have had more than enough Sealy Fey nonsense for one day.
booted out of their moss, they go double up with the other sun elves. My moss.
Ray needs 4 hours for a long rest. I don't know what you kids need, but
Anybody got a darkness spell? It's too bright. How does anybody sleep in Auralia?
Drown looks over with a brow raised. You got a lot more talkative in the last hour.
Well, other people were narrating. I didn't want to interrupt.
Drown grunts.
And listen, I didn't want to mess with the recovery process of whatever's going on in those scrambled eggs of hope.
This whole fucking place is nonsense.
I did warn you.
Sorry, do I
Trion.
curse too much?
You really have quite the mouth. I mean, even in the courts, kind of, cringe.
With this place? This fucking crazy place? Oh, I shouldn't fucking curse.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not gonna curse here, then you're the type of guy who would go to a funeral and just curse a lot.
Yes, that's pretty normal at fucking funerals.
Really? During the eulogy?
Ah, yeah. Trion walks off next to Rain.
I feel like this is actually how Drion and Mora both get a long rest, is just arguing for 8 hours.
And how is this fair? Get off! I'll throw you across the room. Ah! Fucking. Hey. But yeah, Feronia, real nice this time of year.
Drion has disengaged from the conversation. He's used mobility to walk away.
She takes a word of opportunity.
Damn.
Misses. All right, guess we're sleeping behind the throne today. Ugh.
During all this prep, Bonsai will have been kind of going introverted and kind of beseeching Arctis to help Saithius find his way back to where we are, and is casting Greater Steed.
Ooh. Bring him out.
Oh, do I have that power?
Yeah.
I do. Hell yeah. Alright. Just try to do that before the long rest. That is all.
Very good. All right. While everyone rests in the court, Allah takes hope somewhere else. Andrew and Kaylin, you can decide if you would like to stay or leave, but for now, your job here is done. Would they take their leave, or what do you think, Andrew?
Shadowwing probably would spend some time sifting through the memories he's acquired and trying to at least restore knowledge, if not the specific memory itself, but at least restore the knowledge of the memory to the individuals affected here. So he would probably take some time in the court, because time doesn't fucking mean anything for them in the Umbra.
Yeah, it's true.
So fuck it, why not?
All right. Mora, Drion, Rain, and Bonsai, you can all take a long rest. Tilda also leaves. I'm going to clear up a little bit of the court, as some of these characters, as you all take a rest, will leave with the passing of Mercurius. So, one moment. Leaving most of the Sun Elves and the Fae.
Can I get a 3-minute break in a bit?
Yeah, why don't we take a 5-minute break now? I'll see you all at about 8:16. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. See you in a bit. All right, AFK check. We back.
Yep.
Got a rain. Got a rain.
Yep, I'm back too. Sorry.
Got a bonsai. Do we have a Dreon? Boo. No Dreon. We wait for Dreon.
Hey, get a Rian. Hey, we got Rian.
Dreon, gonna get a 3 Dreon, gonna get a 4 Dreon.
Hey, get a bonsai. Do we hear Drian, going once, Drian, going twice, Drian.
Sold. No one, because no one will love him.
I don't know if he's looking for love.
He's looking for...
I think he was looking for love, and honestly, a zone of truth is absolutely the wrong place.
Yeah, don't answer questions about love in the zone of truth. Or else, you know, maybe you're right.
Charisma.
Yeah, exactly. Dreon catnaps in the light of the dawn of Auralia. Can you guys hear the music I have playing?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Very surreal and potentially peaceful or mysterious.
Good. Okay.
Very, very Durbler. So, some bad news. Rain can only get us to this pocket plane. Rain cannot get us back from this pocket plane without another long rest. So
That's fine.
at minimum, we have to spend 4 hours there. Because I can only plane shift once a day.
And there's like oxygen and carbon dioxide and stuff there.
That's a stretch.
I mean, presumably...
Whatever, you know, a were-raven can survive in. If he were a were-shark, it may be a different story.
It's true.
You could suddenly find yourself underwater in a pocket plane, and that would be not great.
Are you saying we could have gone under the sea?
Under the sea, under the sea,
Mm-hmm.
under the sea. All right, we're back. We have returned. As you all take your long rest, you realize that it's hard to sleep in the unending light of Auralia, and the sun does not set very far, only turns a delightful shade of orange as it passes across the horizon. Your 4 hours of rest, or 8 hours at least for Dreon. I do believe you are only taking 4 hours, is that correct?
We can take the full 8 hours so everybody gets a long rest.
Yeah, we would need it. I already hit the button.
That's fine.
Yeah, because Bonsai also needs 8 hours for a long rest, I think.
Totally fine.
Yeah, I'm back to normal.
Your 8 hours pass without little incident. The sunflower sprites are nearby are bemused by your presence, and Mora is thankful for the long and peaceful nap on this pile of moss. Most of the assorted attendants from the court have dispersed, mirth no longer being provided, and the party definitely ends when the host turns into a tree. Andrew has spent significant time sifting through the memories of the Korax formerly known as Munir, in order to find the lost memories and stolen memories of others and return them. Namely, there are numerous ones from Hala that he has plucked in order to keep secrets from her. Especially in regards to, like, where the Moonblade is. You can decide if you return those to her or not.
Yeah, I mean, Shudderwing would try to return memories to people from whom they were stolen. And by return, just tell them that there was this memory stolen from them, and this is what it contained. And it will probably take him a while, given how many people Munir fucked with here. So that's what he would be up to, most certainly, because that's his responsibility, is to share knowledge. So
perfect. Kaylin is providing moral support through as the memories flood into these poor sun elves and other elves that have been affected by Munir's memory tampering. She places a cat in their lap, and it's instant therapy. And generally, they're soothed.
Until suddenly Flix appears in somebody's lap, and then it's weird.
Which is probably how he's going to start next session. Just in the lap of a sun elf.
They look down thinking it's a cute cat, and it's just Flix purring, and then they lock eyes, and Flix is like, "Ha! Show me them titties!"
That was a pretty good Flix.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, look, if we ever need Flix understudy, I got it down.
Well, are we ready to go fight a demon, get a moonblade, get a super powerful ancient archfey?
I don't know how you sleep with the sun in your eyes all the time.
Oh, it's a neat trick. I don't sleep.
More like, it's too bright to meditate. I can't think.
Triana gathers all his glaives and begins putting them on his back.
Mora, you know how to use that, right? Gesturing to the rapier.
Oh, absolutely. I'll put it to good use.
Okay. Excellent. Then off we are. Everyone come hold hands.
All right. Oh, I don't like this. Makes me nauseous.
Bonsai mounts up before reaching a tree branch down towards your hand.
Okay.
Yeah, Mora, you have to hold hands. Otherwise this won't work.
Give me your paw.
Drian like looks like he's gonna fight it until she says paw, and then he puts his paw out.
Aww.
Paw?
Yeah, Drian basically has a non-reaction, and he grabs Rain and Mora's hands, respectively.
And Mora grabs, hey, Bubba.
Wow.
Wow, he's got a lot to say. What, Tabby? Goodness. And Mora grabs Bonsai's hand as well. All right.
Rain pulls out the vial of whatever, which she also could have taken the time to identify over the break, but we can talk about that later if it was anything interesting. Because away we go!
Away we go! And we go to the next scene. One moment, please.
As like we're being like pulled across the veil. Oh, by the way, if this is a pocket plane, it probably means that we're going to fight a demon this second we get on the other side!
Then right before that happens...
Nope, too late.
Nope, too late!
Bonsai would have tossed the barding and whatnot onto Scythius, but that's fine.
One moment, please.
Oh no, we lost Mora in the ether.
Yeah, Mora's going in the ether. 1 sec, I have to get Mora here.
Rip Mora.
Ah! She just comes hurtling through.
I imagine in my headcanon that as they were teleporting, Drian just pushed her out. It's like the Bifrost.
Just goes teetering into the astral. Fuck you!
Drian looks over, nah, and then just throws her out.
You all are shunted across the plains into Munir's nest. Inside this room, there are 6 small pillars. Each of them have small shiny stones on them, 2 to be exact. Various roots of trees grow out of the walls and back into the floor, cracking through the concrete. Mora holds her head and her stomach, but does not move from the magical circle, and looks around. Tight space.
How are you with traps, Mora? We seem to be -1 flighty feline fairy, who's usually quite good with the traps.
Need me to scout ahead a little bit?
We'll just make sure nothing's gonna blow up if we open a door.
Righto. I think I can handle that. She steps forward to the door, and begins to examine it. Alright. What do we have here? Singular door north of the room. What is on these pillars? Looks like glass? I don't see anything with this door, though. This
Well,
looks
I
like
suppose.
a stone door to me. Guess I'll give it a go.
To be fair, it's extraordinarily difficult to infiltrate somebody's pocket planes, so it's also possible that he didn't plan for traps, but he did plan for a giant demon, so there's that.
Let me see if I can hear anything. Nope. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3. Just a hallway.
All right.
I don't like how tight
Bonsai
the
sighs
space is.
really loudly, and then dismounts.
Just have Saethius tuck his wings in.
He
He's
doesn't really do what he's asked to do.
Oh dear.
I mean, if you tuck him in enough, I guess you're gonna fit, but it's not gonna be comfy.
All right, just what are you going to tell him to stay here? Stay here.
I mean, he might try to follow us, but that's up to the world and physics to determine if he can make it.
I suppose, but this hallway is quite tight. There's a door in front of you, Rain, and the hall extends to the right. There's a cluster of familiar-looking Borean shards that protrude up from the floor, breaking through this small pocket plane.
Rain will stop at this door and investigate it for traps or anything like that.
Alright, nothing in the back. Rain, the door does not appear to be trapped, but there is a sigil on the front of the door carved in the wood with, in the Were-Raven script. If you...
Bonsai, does that mean anything to you?
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Unless you all can speak another language, I do not believe you speak this language. Hold on, I'm gonna check this on Bonsai. You do not.
Rain can take the 10 minutes actually to. If it's gonna be like this, Rain will cast Comprehend Languages.
While Rain's doing that, Bonsai takes the 10 minutes trying to coax Saethius to fit through the hallway.
So you see, this is he's a large creature and cannot fit through the hallway. He whines. He's a big boy. Oh no, my tight space anti-mount dungeon. Rain, as you comprehend languages. The door says ironwood on it, but the door itself is clearly not made of ironwood. It must signify something behind the door.
Well, I guess we can just be methodical. We don't have any idea what these things might be, so prepare yourselves. Doesn't look trapped.
Alright, what's this then? She looks down at the floor. This sigil. Mora will... a perception check. And try and disarm the trap. As she kneels down, she works at what appears to be a small mine on the floor and disarms it with ease. There we go. I know you kept me around for something, right? Alright.
Well,
should be fine.
hopefully a lot more than, just traps, but yes.
Rain, as you peer around the corner, the massive room reveals a huge ironwood tree that is being grown here in the astral. In the center, the tree appears to be made of, almost entirely of metal. The leaves are sharp and shimmer in the light. A Borean shard, one of mirth or entertainment, bursts through the floor in the corner, bathing it with light. But these trees, Rain, you may recognize this. Make me an Arcana check.
Rain, do you think we can grow these in your tower? Because you said pocket planes act similarly, right?
Oh, good lord.
Oh, Jesus.
Rain, these particular trees are generally cultivated for their ironwood properties, which is made to kill and hunt fae and fae creatures. Ironwood has properties that is very damaging to fae. But this tree is semi-sentient and will also attack any fae that come near. So harvesting its precious metal and its sharpened leaves is no easy feat.
I would suppose that we could, theoretically, but I don't think Flix would be very happy, and I honestly don't even know if I would be very happy having it around the tower. It doesn't like Fae very much. It's actually specifically meant to ward off Fae.
That sounds very useful.
Oh, does it, Bonsai?
I'm sure we could all come up with a few justifications here and there.
I'm positive we could. That doesn't necessarily mean I want it growing in my tower, though.
And Rain, even you have heard of evil wizards releasing these these cold iron trees upon unsuspecting elven villages, and they just rampage through, killing any elf they can see. They usually follow the whims of their masters, and if their master was Munir, this thing is a powerful creature to unleash upon a court of Fae.
Let's leave this one here, shall we? Although, actually, can Rain see what this is, like on the little table next to it?
She can. Make me a perception check. There is a potion vial on a little table next to the tree. It is banded with cold iron. It's a very interesting looking bottle. And a single root of the tree is climbing up the side of the table it's sitting on.
Can Rain mage hand and pick up the vial?
Sure.
It's within 30 feet, yeah.
There it is. Alright.
That's a creepy hand.
You lift up the vial. Rain, make me a sleight of hand check.
There we go.
Bonsai, can I get rid of your mount? It's making my camera go nuts.
Yeah, apparently you designed the whole level to get rid of them.
But
Oh.
rip. Yeah, because he
I
keeps
can't
stretching my
that
camera
far
because he thinks he's an actor in the room. So I just want to focus it on the players.
away. Sounds good.
And fuck Saethius. All my homies hate Saethius.
Rip. But we will consider him canonically there. 22. Rain,
Right.
you very carefully lift up the vial from the table and not disturb the root sitting next to it. The ironwood does not flinch. You would not want to hear the terrifying creaking sound of its metallic branches rampaging down the hallways. In a moment. As you float the potion next to you, there you are, right? It lands at your feet, easily with the mage hand. Encased in a tiny, clear vial. You're not quite sure what this potion does at first glance, but it could be anything. Anything is possible.
Oh, it's a potion of possibility, but I already have a potion of infinite possibilities, so
No!
it doesn't look like they actually do the same thing at all, so neat. Alright, well, everybody out of this horrifying room, please.
Ugh.
Doo-doo.
What's up with that tree? It gives me the creeps.
That tree will stab you to death repeatedly and gleefully. That's what's up with that tree.
The tree? Ugh. Figures that a weird bird would have a weird tree.
Somebody should shut the door. We don't want that tree roaming about the halls.
I don't know if you saw the
Alright.
size of the tree, but it is much bigger than Saethius.
He's
Yes,
got
well-
so many of these shards just bursting through the floor. What are these?
Are they actually Borean shards now that we're next to one?
They are. However, their residual power makes them unusable for procurement purposes.
Okay.
But they are Borean shards, and they are of, or were once of mirth or amusement.
Rain will investigate these two doors here for traps.
Make me an investigation check, please.
Thank God.
Oh my god! Rain, the doors are not trapped with that investigation check. I'm going to give you, in the room to the east. You can sense that there is an arcane entity behind the door. Something prickles at the hair at the back of your neck, and you feel a cool wind rush under the door. But the door handle is warm to the touch. Whatever's behind there is some sort of magical being. Something more of this plane than of the one you came from.
But definitely not demonic.
No, no, it is more arcane aligned.
And that's this one here.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, thank you very much, Shadowheart. I mean Bonsai. For keeping the guidance up.
Yeah.
So there's some horrifying arcane entity on that side. So we're gonna go through this door, but neither look trapped, right?
No.
All right, here we go. Mora.
What? Oh, right. Going on ahead. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well. Oh. Nope, nope. Shh. Go back.
What's up for that?
Ignore that thing on the floor. You're not supposed to see it anyway. Around the corner, she looks, goes back. There's a couple small, strange creatures and a fire. The roots of the ironwood tree have broken through the floor, and they've toppled over a brazier on the side of the room. There's these strange little things sucking at the fire in the room. And there's a small cage, and I think there's a bird in there.
Okay.
It looked like a small, raven.
Oh. Interesting. So, we probably just go into that room then, yes?
Well, I don't know if what we're looking for is in there, but I suppose it's up to you.
Well, did it look like an enclosed room? Did you see a black gem or a sword?
No, it looks like the room ends. Unless you're feeling feisty. No, I just don't know what those things are floating in the air, eating at the fire.
Nope, that's fine. Do we know what the bird is?
No,
it looks like a small raven.
It looked like a small raven, but it was in a cage. Do you think it was a pet? Do bird men keep bird pets? Is that weird?
I don't know why you're asking me. I'm not the bird expert. Bonsai.
Bonsai? Is that...
I'm not an expert of anything yet. I'm just learning.
Well, there was a little bird in the cage, and the thing that was eating the fire seemed more interested in eating the fire than eating the bird, but the bird was awful close to the fire.
Should we rescue the bird?
Absolutely. And Bonsai just pushes everyone aside and steps forward.
I guess we're rescuing the bird.
Oh. One moment, please, Bonsai. As you approach, walking straight into the room, the things that are supping at the tipped-over brazier, I will show you again these squiggly fish, multicolored fish things that are sucking at the light, as if it were the most delicious thing in the world. The raven in the cage that is toppled over, clearly, is not a friend of these floating creatures in the room, and gives you a rah, rah, as you stand in the doorway. One moment, please. As I have to individually mark people for initiative here real quick, sorry. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Sorry, I'm being quiet over here because Tess is having ornery kitten hours, so I'm trying to deal with the fact that she wants to bite everything and fight me.
No. I mean, she is a werewolf.
She is a little werewolf. All right. Let me get everybody rolled here. Aha. As Bonsai pushes everyone aside to step forward, Rain, you're up.
We'll leave with an insight check.
What would you like to know?
Let's get an ability of these little guys.
All right, let's see. These things... When the Light Eater starts its turn within 5 feet of a source of light, the light is reduced while the Light Eater remains within 100 feet of the light source. Right, light becomes dim, dim becomes darkness. Light Eater reduces the light source's light to darkness. It sheds multicolored bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light in another 20 feet for an hour. He will absorb light around him.
Okie dokie. That's not weird at all.
I want one.
Do you want one? Alright, I'll step here, into the side. And... Am I killing them? Yes, Bonsai?
Oh, don't look to me. You're in charge.
Oh, well, okay. Rain stabs him.
1 second.
Which actually, hang on.
He will use emergency flare. When he takes damage, he'll, as you strike him, Rain, he will emit a massive flash of light. Rain, make me a DC 12 con save, or be blinded for a minute. Bonsai, you as well. Mora and Drion, you're around the corner and do not need to make this.
Nice.
Rain, you succeed. Bonsai, you succeed. I'm gonna get rid of this gargantuo template here as the flash of light dissipates.
Neat.
Rain, you do 18 damage to the Light Eater.
Yeah,
I don't know
looking at
why.
Something actually real quick, because I should. Oh, okay. Sequencing. It's fine. It's fine. We're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna attack again.
Okay.
Well, I guess first we'll green flame blade actually. Just. I think we want the versatile for the main target. No, we want the regular damage for the main target. There we go. He also takes an additional 15 fire damage.
He takes 0. He is immune to fire.
Okay. And then Rain will just stab him again.
As he slurps up the light from the fire, you realize that lighting him on fire is not doing anything. But however, a solid blow from the sword.
What the fuck?
I think
What
it's
was-
I think it's mana flow. It just does some like crazy animation. I'll have to look into that. What I have hooked up on it right now.
I mean, that's cool. That was a
I
lot.
gave it an animation, but I think it got changed. I don't remember giving it that one. With a couple quick strikes of your sword, Rain, you slash at the Light Eater. It explodes into light, and then slash at it again and bring it down. There's a second one near the brazier to the south of the room. What do you do?
That's it. That's Rain's action, bonus action. I guess she didn't use a bonus action, so we'll just actually Mind Sliver that one.
Oh,
Because we didn't do Blade Song, so we have bonus action. I don't know why it said no targets to save, even though it definitely targeted him.
try it again. Because I had switched the turn to Mora, so it might have untargeted.
Oh, gotcha. There we go.
It'll make an int save. And it will fail with a 15. It's not very smart. You assault it with your Mind Sliver, and it will have minus 1d4 from its next saving throw.
Alright, Mora's turn.
Next up, Mora around the corner. She will bonus action hide. And will probably not be seen by the Light Eater, but she will see as she comes around the corner. It does not see her. I look around for a ranged weapon. I do not have one. She just goes in. Out of the way. What did this thing do? I swear I
It's
saw
just
some
a
light.
+2 rapier. Oh.
Oh, what was that? Rain, Bonsai, and Mora all need to make a DC 12 con save. Okay, Rain, calm down.
Rain is actually good at con saves.
Mora's blinded for a minute. Ah! Oh, that light! Fuck! Did Bonsai make that check as well? Bonsai fails. Bonsai's blinded for a minute. B for blinded. There we go. It's a blinded party. Well, shit.
I mean, she still hit him, so she still gets to do damage.
She does. 1 second. Yes, just having targeting issues. There, did I get it? I heard it go on the floor.
Yep, it did go splat on the floor.
I'm good. Fuck. My eyes.
Maybe Dreon can come take you in his big lion arms.
No,
and
no.
Take you to safety.
Don't make this any weirder than it already is.
Oh no, let's. Dreon, would you mind guiding Mora out of here?
I can't
What happened?
see anything.
She blinded herself.
Dreon
But
looks
this is
over
totally
at
not the
Mora.
vibe I was going for.
Oh,
Nothing.
can't someone fix this bonsai? Don't you have good berries or something for this?
Bonsai also looks blinded.
Bonsai doesn't care. They can see the 10 feet without.
Yeah, Bonsai's blind
They can
sight.
sense 10 feet. And they sense the birds, so Bonsai is going to ignore that and cast Speak with Animals on themselves.
Dreon, meanwhile, holds out the butt of the glaive in his hands and, like, puts it within Mora's grasp. Hold on to this.
Hold on to what?
He, like, not as gently as he could, kind of, like, bops her hands with the butt of his glaive.
Oh. Oh, this stick. Alright. Yep, she holds it. Ah, long, firm. Must be Dreon's.
Dreon says nothing. That's
Bonsai.
bait.
Bonsai, you cast Speak with Animals on the raven in the tipped over cage. Ah! Help! Help! Get me out!
Oh, don't worry, we're coming. Are you hungry? Or hurt?
Ow! Ow! My wing! No!
Here.
The part of the wing of the raven is pinned under the cage. It hurts!
Bonsai gives a good berry to try to distract the bird. Keep it
Ah.
focused on that.
What is this? Oh, that's really good.
And then this cage is made of like a thin wood.
Yes, it is made of thin wood.
Bonsai's gonna attack it, not the bird, the cage.
Ah! Bonsai, you can easily try and smash the cage with a quick, make me a quick strength save.
Save?
I mean, you could try to just smash your weapon into the cage. That's fine too.
I mean,
Whatever's
I'm fine doing a
good.
save. I was just questioning if that's what you wanted.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do the strength check. Sorry, the check, not the
Okay.
save.
Okay.
Very easily. Bonsai, you bring your weapon down upon the cage and smash a hole in the twigs without harming the raven. He's still awkwardly pinned, though, underneath it as the roots have grown in. But you leverage it and push it out of the way. And the raven is freed. Gives a good flap and sits on the edge of the ironwood. Oh, thank you for
There, is
freeing
that
me.
better?
That's really nice, thank you. Who are you? I don't recognize you.
I am Bonsai. I am of the Arborian, and I'm here to rescue your kind as much as possible.
Oh, that's very, very nice. Where is Munir?
Munir is back in a safe place. We will explain more to you as we get closer to Munir, and we'll reunite you together.
Okay.
For now, why don't you perch up in my branches?
He does so and perches up in your branches. Yeah. Hey, this is nice. Oh, by the way, if you don't belong here, Munir's magic
It's all over this hallway. Watch out in the next room. He's got a big ward in there.
We still have the telepathic link up, right?
Yeah, it's part of the normal like get up from long rest routine to reapply.
Cool. Yeah, Bonsai basically communicates that over the telepathic bonds to Rain and Drian about the warning.
It's his favorite thing in there. The midnight sun.
Are you afraid to go in there?
I don't like going in there. I like to fly around the metal tree. And when Munir gives me treats.
Oh, he has many treats for you. He told me. But for now, would you mind flying over? There's actually a flying tiger down the hallway. Would you go keep him company? He feels a little lonely.
Okay. The raven flies off. Down the hallway. Oh, well, that was a lot of bird noises. Did you find out anything in particular?
Yeah, I think what we're looking for is in the next room, and there's something about a midnight sun.
What is that?
I'm not sure. Birds are not very smart.
Can we... I still can't see anything. That thing was so bright. She gives the glaive a tug. Drian, are you here?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I thought I heard footsteps going down the hall, so...
Yeah, no, this way. And he gently moves forward.
It's only slightly awkward. Okay,
Well,
well, what are we going to do when we
blind
round
you.
this corner? Oh, well, we've got this corner now. Now we need to pivot. We can't just go in with a straight glaive. No, we can't do...
Drian like gives her a hard tug, and she bumps into the corner.
Oh. Okay, well, okay, that's the corner. Okay,
Yeah,
but
keep going.
straight up and down. Okay, but the
Oh,
glaive...
come on.
Yep.
Okay, someone else want to handle this? This is going real slow.
No, this is magnificent.
Now I should probably stop combat, because everything's dead.
All right, Laura, your eyes okay? Bonsai, your eyes okay?
I think it's wearing off.
I've never needed it.
What does
Drian
that mean?
takes his glaive. Drian gives his glaive a tug and takes it back.
So what was it saying? There was just a lot of bird noises. Yes, and you all look
just-
very concerned.
Prepare for combat.
What? She pulls out her
Something about a
rapier.
midnight sun.
What?
Does that sound like anything related to your mother?
Midnight sun. She thinks, makes a history check. I vaguely remember my mother saying something about sparks of the midnight sun. Something about a prophecy. I'm sorry, I don't recall the exact details, but it's like the sparks of the midnight sun shall rain down upon the nightlands. Something. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this.
That sounds like a terrible prophecy. But also, like, isn't there just a midnight sun every single day in Aurelia?
She thinks.
How
Well,
can you be
yes.
midnight if you're never night?
Well, that's a valid point, Bonsai.
It would be like
right,
a
here we go.
midday sun. Oh! I'll pause it right there as you open the door to the room. And that is where we'll call today's session. Hooey. As,
Gronk.
Gronk! Raven noises. I hope everybody enjoyed.
While we were playing, we had like World War III in my room between the two big cats and Tess. Al at one point threw Tess off the bed.
Oh!
And then Tess started zooming around angrily. and then the two big boys got like confused, like boomer energy, as they like ascended to full height and just watched her.
Oh my god! Like, what is it? How does she have all this energy?
That's pretty much how they are. They're like sitting. I'll snap a picture, but they're like sitting on the bed, and they're just like, it's like 9 o'clock. They're getting ready to go to bed, and she's zooming around, and they're very concerned.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed traveling about Munir's Malefic Mansion. And I hope we'll have Flicks back next week at apparently the most awkward time. As you continue traversing this mansion.
We left the court, right? We left the court, and so he's like, okay, I can come back now.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. I was just thinking I need him to come back so he can shrink Saithius the Mount so that they can actually go somewhere.
Put him in the hallway. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to precast the mount and then put you in a tiny hallway. It just works that way sometimes.
Sure.
Sometimes you make a mounted cavalry character and Christina says, get fucked, idiot.
Christina's like, why would you make a mounted... She's like, why would you make a cavalry character for a game that spends 80% of its time in tiny little hallway dungeons?
No!
We're going to be in this mansion for the next 6 months, Bonsai. What were you thinking?
Oh, Jesus. It's true.
It'll
this
at
is
least
your
give
life
Bonsai
now?
some fun for why they need to survive and get out of the dungeon to get back to the mount.
I promise this map is not as big as House Hamaki.
Or House Vicatus.
It's definitely smaller than House Vicatus.
Like, House Vicatus is like 2 House Hamakis.
House Vicatus is really big.
Plus the underground.
You got my Giga Dungeons. There are Mega Dungeons, there are Giga Dungeons, and there's Pocket Planes.
And then there's House Hamaki.
Listen, sometimes you make Siege of Orgrimmar.
I refuse to listen. I listened to House Hamaki long enough.
We are all eternally scarred by House Hamaki.
Yeah, I didn't know hearing, feeling,
it's just
and thinking
the dungeon crawl of dungeon crawls. It's
So
fine.
scarred, I killed a character over it.
No. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been Saithius marrying Laryl and becoming Lord of the Drow.
Yeah.
The Bat
none
Drow.
of us wanted that.
No. No.
The dungeon does eventually end, but the trauma is eternal.
It's true.
Yeah, Saithius could still be alive and like married and yeah, I don't know. Maybe you misplayed it.
You think?
I mean, isn't he alive in the other room right now?
To be clear, like basically the would you rather proposition here is like, would you rather be married to reasonably hot Laryl Hamaki, or would you rather be eviscerated from the inside by a demon seed? I feel like there's a right and a wrong answer here.
Yeah, but it all depends on like if vor is your thing or not.
Well, okay, that is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's Trevor's thing.
Good.
One second, I have to Google what that is first.
No,
Okay. Don't Google it. Don't.
No.
Oh,
No.
it's the stale bread thing?
Yeah, it's the stale bread thing. Exactly.
Okay, I'm aware of that. Yeah, no, that's not my thing.
Stale bread?
Or the consequences.
No.
Look, guys. We would have had to completely wipe out the Druid Enclave for Saithius to have the romance option with Laryl.
It's
It
probably
would have completely
true.
changed the playthrough.
Yeah. If you kill the drow camp, apparently, you can't romance Laryl at the end. And now you're stuck with the lame late game option like Mora.
I just think it's fucked
Jamora.
up that Akashaba actually like saved the souls of her people, and he didn't get romance conversation options. I'm just throwing that out there.
You missed, God. Like she came down and was like, "Yo, you're doing a good job."
Yeah.
That's so much
Beatrice
more
was like, yeah.
Fucking Akashaba got the Wither's End, and it's like, art thou maidenless? That's what Akashaba got.
Akashaba was like, I'm done adventuring, but I think I should get all the bitches. No, if you're not
Akashaba
adventuring, no
actually-
bitches.
Akashima really went for like the Char romance, and then she just friend zoned the shit out of him. And so Withers was like, "Come here, buddy, I got a question for you." And Akashima was like, "No, I don't want to talk to you."
Akashima even tried to go back to Kelga after the friend zoning by Char. It was like, well, at least I've always got Kelga, right? She's like, actually, I'm married. And you're like, no!
He definitely pulled like the college move. He's like, okay, that's always going to be available to me. I can go back to that whenever. And then it wasn't. And he learned a harsh lesson and retired and is no longer an adventurer.
Poor Akashima. When will he ever learn?
Poor Akashima.
I'm excited.
Isn't he like 16? He's still got plenty of life.
No, they're like
the Drion ship.
No, that ship will. There is no gas to that relationship whatsoever. Drion, after the Zone of Truth thing, like, to be fair, Drion actually has like a long-time flame. Drion has been amenable to getting drunk and having sex with women he pays, but like, especially after that Zone of Truth, there's no coming back for that one. That's,
I don't know. I believe. Rain believes.
I mean, Rob could come back from that no problem. Drion, no.
Drion,
Get some character growth after a few dungeons.
Well, there's character growth, and then there's like, oh, do you have a tiny gross cat wiener? And he's like, I don't know about this one.
But wait, hold on. Do I have a tiny gross cat wiener?
Do I roll a self-perception check?
Oh God, no.
You look down. You roll a low score, and you look down. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
fine. Yeah, it's and more importantly, did Drion get the Bob Barker treatment? Is he neutered?
Have your Leonin spayed or neutered? I don't think Drion is spayed or neutered. No, I don't. Is he ear tipped? Then no.
No, but he does have a chip if he gets lost.
Yeah, I'm a part of the TNR program, but you gotta trap me first.
Drion rolls up at like a fucking vet's office somewhere. They're like, oh gosh, no, it looks like his owner's in Magida. So you gotta call. I think it's like, Prince Eris? Who's this?
He's been chipped.
Like, Eris just gets a call, and in the background he says, meow, 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 meow.
Yes, sir. Is this your cat?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, could you please come pick up your 6'9" cat? Who was that? I forgot. I think he was in a cutaway.
Just disgusted noises. And how far did he get?
Ray, you just hear Ray over the phone. No, you go get him. It's your responsibility. When you adopted him, you took a responsibility.
Oh, Drion. Playing lap kitten for a couple snooty fairy nobles.
Yeah, but they're gonna help him ethnic cleanse his hometown, so it's fine.
No!
Yeah, it's fine. This is all fine.
He's got shit to do in Feronia. It's just
state-sanctioned murder. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a little government overthrowing.
Everyone thinks he's like this bumbling mercenary, but look, in like 2 arcs, he's gonna absolutely make everyone hate him.
We are making allies across continents and planes.
We got some real United Nations action going on here.
It's like the meme. It's like, we are making allies, not you, picture of Feronia, across the continent.
No, actually, the continent that is Rimia. Because Rimia is just islands in the sky. And they're like, no, fuck you.
Technically, canonically, at this point, Feronia is busy making allies with Tiamat. So, I don't think we would be friends anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. God damn it.
Drion, you've been away too long. Gotta go in there and start stomping some giant worms.
At the rate, I think now that we've made peace with the fact that we can play without flicks, I think the time we get to Feronia has gone from 2 years to 1.5 years.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah. We will get to Feronia, I swear.
I mean,
Combos has had a lunch date set with Eris for 3 months now.
Does he just keep dodging?
No, Combos crew is just exceptionally bad at prioritization.
Yeah, they
But that's
got
part
a
of the
little
shit.
distracted.
That's the Kamos brand promise.
Yeah, there's also, that
That's
elemental war simmering underneath Maginox, which they're trying to prevent.
I'm excited for Rain to finally get home and Maginox has actually just been destroyed because the Kamos crew fucked up so hard.
It has come up a couple of times.
It is, like Rain walks in and it's just a volcano. Maginox says no more.
Rain becomes the princess of nothing fucking much.
Yeah, she's fucking queen of nothing.
Well, I
Which
mean,
would
no,
be
if Eris is a,
because Rain still isn't aware that she's going to be a fucking queen. That was not the bargain. So
Well,
she
also-
back and nothing has changed.
Isn't Eris a prince? How does Rain become queen?
She's a prince. I would never call Rain a princess. I feel like I would be
I already
punched
did,
in the
it's canon
mouth.
now, she's Princess
No,
Rain.
Princess Rain.
All the paparazzi trying to take her picture.
After, like,
Eris
technically,
isn't even a
Eris.
prince.
Okay, if we're talking total technically, he's technically not a prince. No.
Wow.
Rain operates on technicality. Rain had a conversation with Eris of exactly what was going to happen. Like, oh, we get married, and then, like, yeah, we'll contribute
he is
to
the
ruling
son-
Maginox on the council.
He is the created son of the first queen of Maginox. There is a lot that could be contended here.
Sure. And I choose to believe that Eris conveniently left that very specific part out.
Right, because he is not the son of Alara and Lokari. He is the son of Alara and Kronos, the teddy bear. He's a creation.
Man, fucking
He's
vampires.
closer. He's a Dhampir. He's closer to a Fae though, because he's more like Flix.
Drian is the only real American in this campaign, I swear to God.
Yeah, actually, well, Rain was born. Bonsai was brought into being. Drian was born. Eris was brought into being. We all have our,
Flix was brought into being. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this all makes sense.
Yep.
Drian's a real American.
Does
But
that
then
mean
we
that
have our-
Rain is like a European because she's from across the sea, like the other continent?
Yeah. Yeah, Rain is like the foreigner from the forgotten realms, from the port of Xavia. Man, my fucking retcons.
Yep, I can't wait until like 3 years from now where it's gonna be like, actually we have tadpoles in your head, all of you. Just all
No,
tadpoles.
no, absolutely not.
Tadpoles, all of you.
All of
It was
you.
a dream all along.
Yeah. We're just going I think when we're finally done with this campaign, it's just gonna be a series of bad like movie tropes like Drian, you look at the top, it continues to spin. Fade to black.
No! Rain, you have to ride this mount 80 miles an hour and not go under it. Or else
Bonsai,
it'll
you
blow
charge,
up.
Bonsai, you charge into the howitzers and die and save Japan.
Hooray!
Yeah. This is why we actually need to make the big business I keep talking about, so that we can have money to do stupid shit like this.
Well, then I
don't
need
to
the...
assume we're ever finishing this campaign. Like, we literally just saw actual living proof in this campaign of how impossible it is to actually finish a campaign.
Aren't you guys like 2 episodes away from finishing the other campaign, though?
I mean, could be. That was like a, hey, if we got the gang back together, I would wrap it up in like a, a 2 hours, like a 2 episode special. You know?
Yeah, so that's fine. You guys are done. You did it.
But we didn't do that. It doesn't happen. That's
it's
the
like,
dream.
You're like all the way there. Like, I mean, you're basically finished.
Well, I mean, Christina has now canonized what the end is going to be.
Yeah, I've already with this resolution, the end is canon, but Flix has not also been here to hear about it. Yeah.
I mean,
Did
it's
they
the
find the
only
one
thing
who-
that makes sense. There's no way that Montgomery or Victor survive.
No.
There's no way.
No,
There's
0%
chance.
Yeah. Montgomery and Victor were Nick and Kenny's characters, right?
Yeah.
They're just too lawful stupid. Like, both of those characters.
They
are
would
too
both
lawful
die
stupid.
for the planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess...
In like
guess
glorious
whatever-
sacrifice to
Whatever
remember.
Drew's character's name is, Swiftwing or whatever, doesn't.
Shutterwing? No.
He where ravens are a lot less common, and just throwing your fucking life away is kind of like anti their ethos. They're not big on hopeless causes.
I respect that.
They're like Batman, and like Victor and fucking Montgomery are more like Superman and Wonder Woman. They're gonna go diving right in and charge Darkseid.
Nice.
And they will love every second of it. Like just fucking little puppy dogs, just so excited.
Well, I look forward to roasting Nick really hard in game for just disappearing forever and now coming back when we're no longer in the annoying part of the game.
Oh, hi guys, what have you been up to? I found this awesome cat.
Oh, I say, I actually went and adopted this cat all the way to Maginox. Now it has a good home, Dreon. You would have known that if you weren't so busy trying to destroy that innocent beholder.
That's pretty good.
Just fucking stares.
Why do we even need Nick again? What?
Yeah, we like just fill in.
Yeah,
everybody just fill in.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. But the problem is, like, what I would do is I'd start making flicks really self-deprecating, and Nick is like, "Well, he would never say that."
No, because he's a little more full of himself.
Yeah. I'd be like, "I'm a stupid little juice box made from a cat fart," and Nick would be like, "Well, he would never say that."
No, like, no, never. Would never say I am a cat fart.
Not a cat fart.
Too proud for that. But yes, I do hope we get him back.
As we found out, he is in fact not a cat fart. He is a fairy fart.
He's a fairy fart. Yeah.
Yeah. One Tuesday evening, sitting in her home, what's her face? Just
he is a cat that just got a little too sentient, was a little too smart, and was filled with a little too much blood magic, and he became a part warlock troublemaker. I mean, it just makes total sense.
He's literally just Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Got it.
I haven't seen that.
Kaylin, after a hard night of Mountain Dew and Cheetos, just like rips one and then flips tears. That's literally canon.
Yeah.
Literally canon. We all know that now. Flix might not even know that, but we all know that.
Wix thinks he's like, oh yes, I was an alley cat back in the 1790s. I lived down by the docks eating fish every day. Like, no, you didn't, bitch.
That was so close to being the, like, what was it, Jackie Daytona voice?
Like, he's like an amalgamation of a bunch of other cats' dreams just brought into sentience by blood magic. Pretty great.
Horrifying.
Yeah. It's fine.
Alright, well, I guess we're in no weekend game. We're gonna wait for Flixie, right?
Might be
I can't do anything this weekend. We're headed up to Seattle.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry. You.
All good?
Sorry.
Okay.
Night, nerds.
Well,
everybody
night,
except for Bonsai, who's a dirty traitor.
Yeah, bye.
Good night, guys.
Everybody.
Good night. Oh my gosh. Thanks for watching. Well, that's it for Arctis today. Thanks for watching. Catch all of our VODs, our shorts, and our funny moments over on our YouTube at ArctisDD. That's where you find the good stuff. Our shorts, we also post on Twitter and TikTok. Catch moments from the sessions, and I'm Zarina, your DM. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. Remember, we're a teeny tiny itty bitty channel. Your subscribes are very appreciated. Smooches. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.